So here's how to lucid dream for beginners. One of the easiest techniques in the world. So if you're brand new to lucid dreaming and want a simple technique to get started and to have your first lucid dream, watch the video to the end. And just in case you don't know what lucid dreaming is, a lucid dream is a dream in which you know that you're dreaming while you're dreaming, but you also have a clear and critical mind. And if you're incredibly lucid, you can control the dream and dream whatever you wish. It's absolutely amazing, so worth learning how to do. But the problem is, and you've probably seen this yourself, if you want to learn how to lucid dream, there's so much to learn. Even on this channel, there are hundreds of videos giving you in-depth details on how to learn to lucid dream. But some of you just want to give it a try, to test the water, and to see whether lucid dreaming is for you. So today's technique boils down everything about lucid dreaming into a simple, single practice. Think of it as the instant noodles of lucid dreams. It's not going to make you master lucid dreams. You're not going to become a culinary expert, but it will feed you, it will give you your first taste of lucid dreams. So those of you who have seen the film Inception, you're going to find this technique a little bit spooky and familiar because it's based on a premise that they used in the film, but they kind of got it a little bit wrong. So this technique doesn't have a name, so we may as well call it the Inception technique or the Totem Technique. One of the most important principles for would-be lucid dreamers is to question reality, to ask yourself, is this a dream right now? And then to test to see whether or not you're dreaming. So for the average lucid dreamer, for someone really taking this subject seriously, you start to look at dreams and reality and look out for differences, and then hopefully you'll spot those differences, ask yourself, am I dreaming? And notice that you're dreaming, triggering a lucid dream. But that's a lot of work for someone who just wants to test the water, so how do we boil that down into one practice? Well, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We don't have to question all of reality and all of dreams. We can take one aspect, one consistent aspect of reality, and regularly check that for differences. Let's call it our totem. So find yourself a small object you can carry with you everywhere. Ideally something with text and texture. A coin would be the perfect thing to use. So you have your coin or small object and you're going to get to know it incredibly well. Every lump, every bump, every word, every image, the weight, the texture, everything about it. Spend a good 15 minutes before you start the technique really remembering everything there is to know about your object. And once you're familiar with your object, you can start the technique. So here are the steps. Firstly, carry your object with you everywhere. It should never leave your side. This is why something like a coin is perfect. Then, if you notice the coin in your pocket during the day, that should trigger you to check the coin for differences. So take it out of your pocket and look at it for differences. Really investigate. Has it changed at all? All the while, you're being clear and critical thinking, making sure you notice any difference at all. But more importantly, as you're doing this, you're thinking to yourself, could this be a dream right now? And of course, if there are any differences at all, the chances are you're probably dreaming. But there is one thing that never changes, and that is just how helpful it is when you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and leave your comments below. But you don't only check the coin when you feel it in your pocket. So throughout the rest of the day, if anything strange happens, if you get into a strong mood, if you're really distracted, if you find yourself on autopilot, or anything dreamlike occurs, reach into your pocket, grab your object, and thoroughly check it, testing to see whether you're dreaming. And you do this as many times as you can throughout the day from here onwards. Then, at night, before you go to bed, place your object under your pillow and tell yourself, I'm going to remember to check my object in the next few hours. And then the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is to grab your object from under your pillow, scrutinize it for changes, and to ask yourself, is this a dream right now? So if you've got more brain cells than a badger with learning difficulties, you've probably worked out what's going on here. You're training yourself to regularly question reality and to test it with your totem object. It's as simple as that. And because that becomes a habit, eventually that will transfer into the dream world and you'll do it in a dream, the object will be different and you'll realize you're dreaming and have a lucid dream. Noodles taste great, but you can't eat them all the time. So if you want to increase your diet of lucid dreaming content, watch one of the videos on the screen right now.